Hey plant eaters! My name is Marina. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and I'm here to give you your daily reminder to hydrate. So today I'm here to talk to you about veganism myths. There's a ton of them out there. I'm not having it. I've been vegan for I think over 3 years now.
Honestly, best 3 years of my life.
And look, still standing strong, still alive. No protein deficiencies here. The first vegan myth is that being vegan is expensive. There's so many, different meat replacements and produce and all of that stuff. And you know what? I'm not going to discount any of those things. But I wish I could discount those things, am I right? Ooh. At certain seasons, fresh produce can be very expensive and makes me grumpy. But there's this thing that I like to call frozen produce. Frozen fruits and veggies truly do.
Save a life.
In a lot of cases, they're actually more nutritious than fresh produce because frozen produce is frozen at the peak freshness of the fruit or vegetable, therefore giving you the most nutrients when you consume it. It's rare that you would find a frozen fruit or vegetable for a bag that's over $3. Usually they're a lot less than that too. Besides that, tofu, great source of protein, super inexpensive, usually around $2. Rice, beans, pasta, all super cheap. Those are all pretty much the staples of the vegan diet, and all of those are extremely affordable options. Oh, also almond milks and soy milks, super cheap, baby. They're actually getting cheaper than dairy milk, which is awesome. Win for veganism. Now, prices do tend to hike up a little bit when you go down that vegan replacement road, like fake meats, fake cheeses, fake yogurts and ice cream. And I don't buy them very frequently because, I don't need them. That's a luxury item. You don't need
Ben & Jerry's almond milk ice cream, even though you may really want it.
But again, that stuff is not necessary to be healthy and to have a balanced diet, so it's one of those kind of treat yourself things. And also, normal meat and normal cheese isn't cheap either, so alrighty. Now myth number 2 is that you will never be able to go out to eat again. Not true. Is it true that since going vegan I cook a lot more? Yes, it's very true, but honestly that's a great thing. You learn how to cook. That in turn saves you money. But also, if you want to go out to eat, you can still go out to eat. Great restaurants with vegan options are Bear Burger, Subway, Chipotle, Blaze Pizza, Taco Bell, Olive Garden, Payway, Noodles and Company, and that is just, a very, very small list. But you will almost always be able to find vegan options on any kind of restaurant menu if you play around with it. The third vegan myth is that you will have to give up food you love. Boy, that is so not true. There are so many different vegan replacements for
Basically everything.
Again, I'm gonna bring up that Ben & Jerry's. It tastes literally exactly the same, and plus there's no lactose in it, therefore your body can digest it. It's actually funny, you learn when you go vegan that a lot of the flavors that you associated with certain animal products are actually based on the spices that are used to season it. So for example, you might have a connection to chicken nuggets because they taste good, but in reality what you really like is the seasonings that are going onto the chicken nuggets, because chicken doesn't really taste like anything. You crave what it's seasoned and breaded and fried in, and so when you take other products like tofu or wheat gluten, stuff like that, where you can make the same consistency of the chicken and you bread it and you season it the same way, girl, it's the exact same thing. So you don't actually have to give up those flavors that you love. In fact, they're usually in the seasonings. Vegan myth number 4.
Where do you get your protein?
Where do you get your calcium?
Just take a minute. Big, strong animals that humans eat for protein get their protein from plants. Plants have so much protein, beans have so much protein, pastas have so much protein, quinoa has a lot of protein, nuts have a lot of protein, so many different options for protein. And then the dairy industry has brainwashed humans into thinking that dairy milk is the only way that we can get calcium into our bodies, when in fact there are so many different plant-based options to get calcium, including almond milk, which has more calcium than dairy milk does, but like broccoli, kale, soy, and all of the soy products. Vegan myth number 5 is that veganism is restrictive. It's not restrictive, it's just different. Lots of people make the mistake of jumping right into veganism without doing research, and then they just eat Oreos and pasta and bread for days and then get sick. But that's not what it's about. You have to do the research on how to reform your diet to get the proper proteins and vitamins and nutrients that you need, and there's nothing wrong with spending some time researching new ways. It's not restrictive, it's just broadening your horizons and maybe eating foods that you didn't even know existed or never even thought about eating before, because now you're getting your vitamins and nutrients from different sources. Myth number 5 is that veganism is unhealthy. Now this goes back to what I just said about if you eat bread and Oreos every single day. Yes, it's unhealthy, but if you eat the proper balanced vegan diet, it's actually even healthier for you than your typical meat-eating American diet. I could make a whole other video on this, but for example, a few facts I have here are studies do show that vegans have lower weight, lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, they consume more fiber, vitamin C, potassium, and less saturated fats. Veganism improves insulin sensitivity and reduces the risk of developing diabetes at a later age in life. And those are just among some of the incredible health benefits of veganism. Veganism myth number 7 is that you eat the same foods all the time.
If another person comes at me that orders chicken nuggets at a restaurant every single time they go out to eat off the kids' menu,
and then tells me that I only eat the same things as a vegan.
Alrighty guys, so that's all the myths that I am debunking today. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that it was informative. If you want to know more about veganism, then please subscribe. Alrighty guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye!